Muraho. Amahoro Imana. Isabato nziza. Mana nziza. Imana ibahe omodisha.
Pastor Dr. Ted Wilson, President of the General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and Mrs. Wilson, Adventist leaders from Rwanda and the region, Dr. Precious Ruguri, President, East and Central Africa, Vice Chancellor, faculty and staff of the Adventist University of Central Africa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon to you.
We are very honored to have His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, and his wonderful wife to be with us today. We're also honored to have several authorities from the government, ministers, and the mayor, the new mayor of Kigali, with whom I shoveled dirt yesterday in Umaganda.
Tujyaniga ko mu ishuri rikuru rya Gisirikare ku itariki 5 z'ukwa gatatu mu mwaka wa 2012. Uyu munsi Perezida wa Repubulika y'u Rwanda Paul Kagame yakiriye umuyobozi w'itorero ry'Abadventist umunsi wa 7 ku isi, Pastor Ted Wilson. Icyo gihe Ted Wilson yagaragarije Perezida Kagame ko yishimiye uko u Rwanda rutanga umudendezo wo gusenga no kwemerera Abadventist umunsi wa 7 mu mpera za buri kwezi kujya gusenga ku isabato bagatanga umuganda bukeye bwaho ku cyumweru, mu gihe abandi bawutanze bo bari mu materaniro. Aganira n'abanyamakuru nyuma yo guhura na Kagame, Teddy yagize ati, nagize amahirwe yo guhura na Perezida no kumusangiza ibikorwa byacu, ndetse tunamusangiza umurongo mwiza wo muri Bibiliya, kandi turamusengera we n'abandi bose bari muri guverinoma. Ndifuriza umugisha udasanzwe w'Imana igihugu cy'u Rwanda. Ku nshuro ya kabiri aza mu Rwanda, Ted Wilson yayoboye umuhango wo gufungura igorofa rikorerwamo n'icyicaro gikuru cy'Abadventist umunsi wa 7 mu Rwanda, asaba ko iyi nyubako yaba umunara ugaragaza icyubahiro cy'Imana. Nanone ariko ku itariki ya 31 Kanama ni itariki itazibagirana mu mitima ya benshi b'abayoboke b'itorero ry'Abadventist umunsi wa 7, kuko ariyo bizihirijeho isabukuru y'imyaka 100 ishize iri torero ritangiye umurimo w'ivugabutumwa mu Rwanda. Bukeye bwaho kabiri, Perezida Paul Kagame nanone ari kumwe na Ted Wilson ku itariki ya 2 Nzeri kwezi kwa 9 2019 bafunguye ku mugaragaro ishuri ry'ubuvuzi rya kaminuza y'Abadventist b'umunsi wa 7 ya Auka, maze Perezida Kagame anizeza ko guverinoma y'u Rwanda izatanga ubufasha mu iyubakwa ry'ibitaro byaryo. Umuhango wo gufungurira ishuri riherereye i Masoro mu karere ka Gasabo witabiriwe n'abayobozi bo mu nzego za leta, izigenga n'abahagarariye itorero ry'Abadventist mu karere. Perezida Kagame yashimye umusanzu w'iri torero mu bikorwa byo kubaka igihugu. Umuyobozi w'itorero ry'Abadventist b'umunsi wa 7 ku isi, Ted Wilson, yavuze ko ari by'agaciro kugera ku ntego ikomeye yo kubaka ishuri ritanga ubumenyi ku buvuzi. Yagize ati, twizera neza ko Imana izakorera muri iyi nyubako yubatswe binyuze mu bushake bw'Imana n'ubufasha bwa Perezidansi. Tuzi neza ko Imana igiye gukorera imbere mu nyubako kizahindura ubuzima bw'abantu.
God has blessed Rwanda in many ways.
Imana yahaye umugisha igihugu cy'u Rwanda mu buryo bunyuranye.
And I want to pay respect to the country.
Ndagira ngo nshimire iki gihugu.
Appropriate protocol has already been observed.
Nabonye ko buri gihe mukorera kuri gahunda nziza.
But I want to thank God for the religious liberty provided to the people of Rwanda so we could meet and worship God today.
Dushimire ubuyobozi bw'iki gihugu ko Imana ibashoboza bakaduha umudendezo wo gusenga.
We also want to thank in a special way
Kandi turagira ngo dushime mu buryo budasanzwe
the presence of 3 special dignitaries.
abantu b'icyubahiro batatu bari kumwe natwe.
Minister Judith of the President's Office.
Minisitiri Judith mu biro by'umukuru w'igihugu.
We are grateful that you are with us.
Dushimishijwe no kubana nawe.
And you are one of us.
Kandi uri umwe muri twe.
You are a Seventh-day Adventist.
Uri umudivanisti w'umunsi wa karindwi.
And Honorable Minister of Local Government.
Minisitiri w'ubutegetsi bw'igihugu.
Professor Shayaka.
Professor Shaka.
We are so grateful you are with us.
Tugushimiye kubana natwe.
And of course, the Honorable CEO of the Rwanda Governance Board,
umuyobozi mukuru w'ikigo cy'imiyoborere mu Rwanda,
the Honorable Usta. We are grateful for your great help.
Nyakubahwa Usta, tunejejwe no kubana nawe.
And might I just add, I don't want to offend you.
Ntabwo nshaka kurengerera.
But we feel like you are part of us also.
Ariko turumva muri bamwe muri twe.
And one of these days, by God's grace, you will be.
Umunsi uri izina muri iyi minsi iri imbere bizaba byabaye impamo.
I want you, Pastor Blasius Rigori has already indicated, but I want you to take our special regards to the President of this country.
Pastor Ruguru yari yabivuze ariko reka nanjye mbishimangire mudutwarire ishimwe ku muyobozi w'iki gihugu.
And tell him that Seventh-day Adventists are here to build up society.
Mumubwire ko itorero ry'Abadventist umunsi wa karindwi twese dushishikajwe no kubaka sosiyete nyarwanda.
To follow the ministry of Jesus.
Dukurikiza umurimo wa Yesu Kristo.
To help people physically and mentally.
Dufasha abantu mu by'umubiri no mu mitekerereze.
Socially and spiritually.
Mu bijyanye n'imbonezamubano no mu by'amwuka.
And to tell him that Seventh-day Adventists want to be the best citizens of this country of anyone around.
Mu mutubwirire ngo Abadventiste barashaka kuba abaturage beza kurenza abandi bose muri iki gihugu.
And also thank him for his great help
kandi ntumwibagirwe kumushimira ubuyobozi
in
bwiza
helping us achieve this milestone today
kubw'intambwe tugezeho muri iki gihugu
and the special event on Monday with the School of Medicine.
Tunamushimira tunamwibutsa igikorwa cy'ingenzi dufite ku munsi wa kabiri.
Pastor Dr. Ted Wilson, President of the General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and Mrs. Wilson, Adventist leaders from Rwanda and the region, Dr. Blasius Ruguri, President, East and Central Africa, Vice Chancellor, faculty and staff of the Adventist University of Central Africa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon to you. It gives me great pleasure to join you today for the inauguration of the School of Medicine of the Adventist University of Central Africa. We are especially honored by the presence of Pastor Ted Wilson, the leader of the governing body and the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and all of you guests who are accompanying him. For some of you, including Pastor Ted Wilson, welcome back to Rwanda. Congratulations on this milestone, which is most valuable addition to Rwanda's education and health system. Let me take this opportunity to salute the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Rwanda for making 100 years of service, of serving the spiritual and the social needs of Rwandans. During this time, the church has been a valued partner of government in the provision of healthcare and education. A century of Adventist activity in Rwanda has demonstrated the positive impact of shared vision and good collaboration. By fulfilling your pledge to establish a medical school serving East and Central Africa, you have reaffirmed your commitment to a productive partnership that benefits not only Rwanda, but the entire region. This is very much appreciated. The achievement we are celebrating today is in tune with Rwanda's goals. Education, particularly in science and technology, as well as good, affordable health care, are the foundation of the well-being and prosperity of our citizens. This requires qualified professionals trained in high-quality universities, such as this one, which are equipped with the latest technology. Medical students at this school will also benefit from the extensive network of Adventist institutions around the world, as well as association with a brand that stands for excellence. Government will play its part by continuing to invest in infrastructure, vocational skills, and a conducive policy environment. On this note, let me say, this time not in the form of whisper, to you directly that as Dr. Ted said, many things done by or through faith. Sure, that's how we came to have what we witnessed today. I wanted to make sure that it is well understood that there is plenty of faith. And we have more faith to keep going and to keep doing more in addition to what we already have here in this school. By that I mean also that we are going to partner with you in making sure that teaching hospital is realized faster than anyone thought. We will find land. We will also find money to add to what you have collected. I think we all need this teaching hospital sooner rather than later, so we will do it. We are aware of the immeasurable value of higher education and good health, accompanied by a meaningful spiritual life. When we put our talents and specialized knowledge at the service of others, the gift of education is multiplied many times over. That is what the doctors trained here are expected to do. The Adventist University of Central Africa is therefore contributing to a brighter future for the people of our country and our region. Allow me once again to thank all of you and the Seventh-day Adventist Church for sharing our vision, having faith in Rwanda's future, and accompanying us on our journey of national transformation. I wish to end by thanking you once again for being good partners and also for your kind attention.
On behalf of the Worldwide Church of Seventh-day Adventists, with over 21 million members in about 210 countries of the world, I want to say congratulations to this institution, félicitations, and in Swahili, which covers much of the East Central Africa Division, pongezi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Anyway. We are very honored to have His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, and his wonderful wife to be with us today. We're also honored to have several authorities from the government, ministers, and the mayor, the new mayor of Kigali, with whom I shoveled dirt yesterday in Umaganda. I also had the privilege of doing that with the Minister of Local Government and with Minister Judith, who was with us. She was also part of our team. The meeting that we had that has been referenced some years ago with His Excellency, the President, that meeting was pivotal in what has developed to this extraordinary day in which we are experiencing right now. I can remember, Your Excellency, that you were trying to urge us in a certain direction. And I was thinking maybe, we can try to do something with a school of nursing and see what we can do. But over time, And through the providence of God and through the facilitation of your office and this government and many other supporters, it has developed into a school of medicine. And it is a wonderful opportunity for the Seventh-day Adventist Church to accomplish this goal. Now, before you, you see many beautiful buildings, and some of you who have not toured the campus, you will have that opportunity today. But beautiful buildings are not to be minimized, but in reality, this is only the beginning. Because if one is to accomplish something in an educational manner, you have to have more than nice buildings. It's what happens inside the buildings. It was a privilege to be here 3 years ago for the groundbreaking of essentially 4 different buildings. And His Excellency, Dr. Pennycook, well, His Excellency the President, was shown by Dr. Pennycook some of those buildings as we walked here. And that was an eventful time 3 years ago, but now to see the reality is even more impressive because we know what God is going to do inside the buildings, and this is what makes the difference in Seventh-day Adventist education. I want to read in the book of 3 John, verse 2, one of my favorite verses. There's only one chapter in 3 John. It says here, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." This is the foundation, essentially, of a blended ministry, an understanding that the physical and the spiritual are connected. Yes, the physical, mental, social, and spiritual. And this is the ministry of Jesus Christ. A blended ministry, comprehensive health ministry, working in conjunction with the proclamation of the gospel of Jesus Christ. You can never separate it. Just on Friday, I was taken on a tour by Dr. Pennycook and by Dr. Roger, Pastor Hezron. We were touring different areas, and Dr. Pennycook made a very interesting point to me, saying that he never ever wants the theology department, the school of theology, the training of pastors, to ever be relocated, never be relocated from this hill, because theology and medicine work together. A blended ministry, and this is following in the footsteps of Jesus, the master physician, who spent more time healing and teaching than he did preaching. Now, building a society through careful love and Christ's personal touch is what will distinguish this hill and this school of medicine and this university. Rwanda has been developing a special journey over the last 25 years. This is nicely explained by His Excellency himself in a quotation that I will read to you from an interview that was published in Time magazine of July 8 of this very year, just 2 or 3 months ago. And His Excellency said, 25 years on, we have built a stable society, a stable economy. We are developing. Everything is still a work in progress, but you can measure and understand where we have been and where we are now. Today, on the campus of the Adventist University of Central Africa, and in the form of the School of Medicine, We can measure some of that progress, Your Excellency, and we praise God and we give Him the glory. Now, the real key to any true success is rooted in Jesus Christ and His complete ministry for us. This medical school, this theology department, this university, the work of Seventh-day Adventists throughout Rwanda, and not yesterday, Saturday, Sabbath, we had a wonderful meeting in Amahoro Stadium celebrating 100 years of Seventh-day Adventist presence in this country. And I want to tell you, it was a remarkable event, and you would have been proud. You need to talk to some of the ministers who were there. It was a great blessing for us. But Seventh-day Adventists in Rwanda and this school itself is based upon what Christ has done for us and what He is doing through us. I want to read from the book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, verses 18 and 19. I read it from a modern translation of English called Good News for Modern Man. It's a beautiful rendition of the basis of every aspect of Seventh-day Adventist education, Seventh-day Adventist healthcare work, outreach. Everything we do is based upon this. For you know what was paid to set you free from the worthless manner of life you received from your ancestors. It was not something that loses its value, such as silver or gold. You were set free by the costly sacrifice of Christ. My dear friends and Your Excellency, Madam Kagame, all those here, what you see is as a result of the costly but free sacrifice of Jesus Christ. And might I add that sacrifice comes in different ways. And as we witness the evolving complex of the science building and the School of Medicine, those of you who will be touring will see that it is named the Adrian Cooper Science Complex. Adrian Cooper sacrificed his life. We're privileged to have Paul and Philip and Andrew, 3 sons who are here today, and Anne, his wife, and also Dr. Lauren Hamill. We're delighted to have you. Symbols, just a little symbol of God's sacrifice that He paid for us and what others pay in return. May this hill, this university, this medical school exemplify Christ and His sacrifice for us, His free but costly grace. May this university and medical school make a huge difference for the people of Rwanda and East Africa as it ministers in the name of the Master Physician, Jesus Christ. May this university and medical school consistently lean with humility. Now, I'm going to make a little parenthesis there. You know, it's nice to look at these buildings. It's nice to know that we're going to be venturing into high-level medical science. Let me tell you, my dear friends, my brothers and sisters, never become so haughty, so mighty, so filled with yourself that you cannot humbly come before the Master Physician, Jesus Christ. I want to read, in closing, a beautiful quotation from a book called Desire of Ages. And may this be a keynote for those who will continue in this marvelous Adventist University of Central Africa and the School of Medicine and every other school, including the School of Theology. As activity increases, this is from Desire of Ages, page 362, a marvelous book, perhaps the nicest book on the life of Jesus Christ. And Your Excellency, if you do not have a copy, I'm going to make sure that you have one. It is a marvelous book. It says, as activity increases and men become successful in doing any work for God, there is danger of trusting to human plans and methods. Human plans and methods. There is a tendency to pray less and to have less faith. Let me tell you right now, what you're going to see today is really done by faith in God. Like the disciples, we are in danger of losing sight of our dependence on God and seeking to make a savior of our activity. We need to look constantly to Jesus, realizing that it is His power which does the work. By God's grace, may this 7th medical school of the worldwide Seventh-day Adventist Church be a place of restoration, of bringing people back to the image of God, and in preparing them for Christ's soon second coming, all because of the free but costly sacrifice of Christ's grace for each of us. That is why this medical school will make a difference in the lives of people as they focus on the master physician and his blended ministry of reaching people physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually.